I posted a video of Tony Hinchcliffe. And Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian. He's known for his roasting. The guy is witty as hell. And I'm a huge fan of Kill Tony. We posted a video yesterday of his entire set at Madison Square Garden. And he said a joke, which we'll play for you in one moment, about Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans. And the left lost their mind. It is still being talked about today. And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great because I could take a joke. I understand humor. I laugh way too much at times. So here's AOC and Tim Walz reacting to Tony Hinchcliffe's Puerto Rican joke.
These are terrifying.
Absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay. All right. Okay. We're getting there. No.
Who is that jackwad? Who is that guy?
Actually, I think that's Tony Hinchcliffe, which is super disappointing. I mean, I don't, he's a comedian. I don't follow
look, Trump,
this like
this
crew
issue
very
with Puerto
closely,
Rico
but...
again. I saw it. This was when he went down after Helene.
AOC, that's just super disappointing. How? And I mean this, and I'll put my hand on the Bible and say this. When I was watching Tony Hinchcliffe's set, that was like, for him, that, I mean, what's before rated PG? For Tony Hinchcliffe, that was as clean as it gets. That was one of the cleanest sets I've ever seen him do. The guy is a gladiator, AOC. The guy could sit there and destroy your entire party with jokes. The guy was soft that night. And I loved it. I loved it. But she sat there and got her panties in a bunch. Oh, and well, Puerto Ricans didn't. So she's going to sit there and speak on behalf of, oh, well, this is how Puerto Ricans felt. This is where they're at. No, AOC, everything was fine. She's going to sit there and pretend like, oh, this was so terrible. It's the worst thing you've ever seen, along with the media as well. We'll get there. But at least let's hear from the Puerto Ricans themselves.
As a Puerto Rican, there's a lot of Twitter's trending about Puerto Ricans because of this joke that was made here. If they think, the Democratic Party thinks we as Puerto Ricans are so stupid that we're not going to vote for Donald Trump because of a silly joke from a comedian, it's ridiculous. AOC, Bad Bunny, Kamala Harris just put out a video talking about how Puerto Ricans need to vote against this type of rhetoric. It was a joke. Puerto Ricans have to unite, and we have to vote for Donald Trump because we know that inflation will go down, interest rates will go down. You talk about the border security. We need to get back to common sense. And Puerto Ricans, let me tell you, my mom's a Puerto Rican. If she ever found out that they were trying to change my pronouns in school, my mom, a retired NYPD detective, would have been in that school, and she would have been ready to bust a couple doors down and some skulls because she's not playing this game. And she's a Puerto Rican, and she already voted for Donald Trump. My grandfather, 93 years old, voted the first time for Eisenhower, Puerto Rican, voting for Donald Trump again. So this crazy nonsense, we're smarter than that. Kamala Harris, stop weaponizing rhetoric.
And it's a joke. The Democrats can't take jokes anymore. I love it. I love it. I love comedy. I watch Kill Tony every Monday. And if I don't watch it Monday, I definitely get it in sometime during the week. Now, again, my personality is that I laugh at everything. That's definitely got me in trouble at times. So AOC takes the airwaves. And, well, let's just be honest. I don't know. We should do a poll here. She might be the dumbest person in Congress. I mean, that's saying a lot because Joe's, he's an executive branch now, but he probably was at one point the dumbest person. But you got Ilhan Omar, Chuck Schumer, you got a lot of idiots.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry, a form of racist nationalism with industry, and also uniting.
All right, it's too early for this shit. I'm sorry. Go find the clip if you want to listen to it. I can't take it. Hillary, can you just go back in the woods again? Y'all remember that when she lost the 2016 election? She just wandered off like Joe. I love that comparison. Just wandered off. Yeah, she went in the woods. Nobody heard from her. And it was so peaceful. It was so nice. I'm reminiscing. Those were the good days, boys. Yep. With this broad out of the TV, of the television, leaving us the hell alone. God, it's great. Her husband gets it. He's gone all the time. He leaves us alone. She just has to put her foot back in everything. Twice failed Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton claimed this week that former President Donald Trump was trying to reenact an infamous Nazi rally in the U.S. from the 1930s. What an idiot. What an idiot. With one of his upcoming political events. What could that have been? What could that have been? And who would let her espouse such nonsense? CNN? CNN would, with this psycho lady up here, I guess over here. We've seen her before, the resting bitch face.
One other thing that you'll see next week, Caitlin, is Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. I write about this in my book. President Franklin Roosevelt was appalled that neo-Nazis, fascists in America were lining up to essentially pledge their support for the kind of government that they were seeing in Germany. So I don't think we can ignore it. Now,
And I don't think we can ignore it. Does anybody believe that she actually wrote a book? Ain't no way in hell. I wrote a book called Trojan Horse, How the Left is Destroying America. And guess what? I actually take you through fascism. And I connect fascism to the progressive left and the Democrat Party. And I don't just start out by saying, well, the 1930s, there was this rally that took place and, well, the neo-Nazi, all this stupid stuff. No, I take you through before fascism and how it actually became fascism through the outgrowth of socialism, because a little certain somebody got kicked out of the party, or at least his father did. So go check that book out. Who's going to buy her book? Nobody. Oh, Lordy. You'll just become stupider. You'll just become dumber. Stupider. You can become stupider. So that was Hillary Clinton just putting her feet back in there again. Can't leave us alone. And you also have the media working in conjunction with her, as you saw from CNN. But this time you have AOC coming out saying that the Madison Square Garden rally is just a mini January 6th. It's all fascism, right? They got her dolled up. She's gained a little bit of weight, a little filler. She's looking good, but she's a psycho. You know what I mean? This is where some of the boys out there, folks, get trolled by some of these women. You know what I mean? All pretty, hair done up, nice. You know what I mean? Oh, she's lovely looking. You put in a few years with her dating, and then she just comes out as a psycho. And now your life is ruined, right? Because you already put the ring on the finger. Life is done. You've realized what you've done. You've sat there and gone after looks rather than personality. And it's just game over. You know what I mean? Then you start withering away like freaking Bill Clinton. You start withering away like Joe Biden. It's terrible. It's terrible, man. Shout out to the boys out there that made that mistake.
So Congressman, last night, right here in New York City, your hometown, Donald Trump held a packed rally at Madison Square Garden. And
damn right, it was a packed rally. Damn right.
A number of speakers used downright racist and offensive language, no more so than the so-called comedian who said that Puerto Rico was an island of garbage.
It's not racist. It's a fucking joke. It's not racist. How is that racist? Hand to God, is there... Look. Anybody, I'm reading the chat right now. Anybody see how that joke could even be taken as racist? That was it's like this whole thing when Donald Trump called a place a shithole. Yeah, some places are in the world. They are.
Can you just give us your reaction to what you heard last night, just hours and hours of frankly, hate, and how it could electrify this electorate?
Well, there's a couple of things. As you mentioned, this was a hate rally. Mm-hmm. This was not just a presidential rally. This was also not just a campaign rally. I think it's very important for people to understand that these are mini.
Oh, thank you, God. Oh, the Lord knew. The Lord knew, you guys. You know what? Normally I get frustrated with the spinning wheel of death, but this time I'm actually pretty excited about it.
January 6th rallies.
Shit.
These are mini Stop the Steal rallies. These are rallies to prime an electorate into rejecting the results of an election if it doesn't go the way that they want. Because Donald Trump and that entire cadre of people up on that stage, Stephen Miller, etc., do not respect the law of the United States of America.
Oh, this is rich. This is good. No. This is good. This lady is going to tell all of us about the law. When you have a dude and a party that is the head of the executive branch that quite literally doesn't want to execute the laws in the books. The Democrat Party wants to make crime like less punishable. They want to put illegal aliens on the voter rolls and allow it to happen like we're seeing in Virginia. And she's going to lecture us about laws. Oh, that's rich. AOC, why don't you focus on New York where it's crime ridden? And why don't you get a lot of that crap out of the streets, by the way? You know, they just got freaking trash cans. That's not a joke. We got some I'm sure that we got some people in New York. Yeah, they just got trash cans. It's 2024 and they just got.
And they either want to win this election or they are using rhetoric of taking it by force. That is what they mean, and that's what they're doing when they are inciting violence and hatred against Latinos, against Black Americans.
Okay. All right. Against Latinos? See, I could do it too, you guys. I could be like Kamala and AOC. You know, I'll talk like a white guy. Yeah, they're coming out and they're doing all these things and it's racist rhetoric. And they were sitting there going after the Latinos and they're going after my Hispanics homies and they're going after the lowriders. I mean, the fact that he said anything about Puerto Rico homies is like totally wrong and totally like messed up, dog. I tell you what, like my homies down there on 13th Street down there in LA, your homie represent, they sat there and they went after us, fool. They said, no, homie, you are garbage. It was a joke. It was a joke. And what I just did, that impersonation, psycho progressives that somehow make their way in here, it's a joke. Everything's going to be fine. Nobody was harmed, okay? We love Mexicans. We love Hispanics. We love people. You have to explain it to them. You have to explain it to them. Yeah, you had to spoon feed it to them. You know how, like, you have the spoon with the little children? Come here, here's the train. Open up. You got to do that with your language because this thing, what's inside of it, gone. Gone. If somehow Tony Hinchcliffe sees this, we love you, brother. And I'll back your ass up. You could say probably the most insane shit, and I will still laugh at it. So here she is, more of AOC.
I do not want to do 4 more years of resistance nonsense under Donald Trump. Okay. Like, good God. Like, do we remember what it was like waking up every day and there was some shit going on? I do not want to do.
Yo, I do not want to do like 4 more years of that fool Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, dude. Like, I can't even deal with that shit, dude. Like, yo, dog, I can't do that shit, dude. Shut up. Shut up. You're going to sit there and lecture us about taking shit? Really?